Welcome to Qualified Wrestling. I am Andrew Sennedra, and this is the guy who made today really dark, Captain Witchfingers. And we're doing a top 5 of, I guess, teams. Yeah, teams, not specifically tag teams, but that includes trios as well. You know, so we thought it'd be a little better to include them and make it a little more interesting. And since there's so many trios now to dive into, so we just thought, yeah, that'd be an easier way to go. I'm gonna go into first, like the guys who just missed my list, the honorable mentions, I guess you could consider that saying. You know, I was thinking the Outrunners would be kind of a funny team. You know, they were a team that almost, I don't know if I'd say they cracked my list, but they caught my attention towards the end of the year with their cool 80s synth intro music and the mustachios of the Hogan stashes, you know, both emulating Hogan's greatest villains. Was it the Ultimate Warrior and Macho Man? They both sort of emulate Hogan's villains, and they got the stashes like Hogan. So I'm trying to figure out what that's all about.
I think those guys are hilarious, man. I love them. They're also on my honorable mentions list. I just like come over to see, as you see two Hogans in a flashback, and they're both like young again. They have all this energy. They're just running back and forth. They're both like going nuts. They're shaking the roll. Like, oh man, it's so fun.
I still love one of the funniest moments of the year where they had the mic for Private Party, and Tomohiro Ishii was on the only guy on the one side of the ring, and he kind of had this look on his face, and I just immediately saw words in Ishii's mind being like, Hulk Hogan's back? And there's 2 of them? I just thought that was funny to me because he was over there all alone just looking in total disbelief of what was going on. It was hilarious in my opinion. And my other honorable mention is a team that probably, you know, they just missed out, but they had a really good, the Super Junior Tag League. Yeah, Super Junior Tag League. Velocities. I liked their energy. These two guys, very innovative. Small dudes. They whiz around the ring real fast, and they're exciting. But I thought they just caught my attention at the end. So they're really small, low-key tag team. But they were exciting. But just I didn't get to see enough of them to see if they were going to pop up onto my top 5.
So my next honorable mention is Private Party, the new tag team champs. They had some good rivalries with the Young Bucks, you know, putting on a good match. Yeah. They're more serious now, so good for them.
Yeah, not too bad. I wasn't too overwhelmed by, you know, their that win or whatever. Had a couple of matches. Not impressed enough. I was more impressed with Top Flight. I got them at number 5. Top Flight had some really good matches, really good showings. I guess it was kind of, they mixed up a lot. They did a lot of four guys in the team at the time with Leo Rush and Andrade and trios and things like that. So, but I like the direction they're going, especially in the rivalry against Rush and Andrade. They're always innovative dudes, putting on some really exciting matches. Definitely towards the end of the year, they got better when they ditched that pilot thing.
We are pilots.
It's okay to have Layla Gray come out because she's, you know, eye candy or something. But I just, the pilot thing, wasn't working for me.
So my first team in no particular order is Catch-22.
No particular order.
I love how like they have the cool tag team moves, you know, like combos where like I kick you into like a suplex, and, you know, I'll pin you afterwards. And they're both individual, like, you know, good wrestlers. So as a team, you know, they're even better. And then you know, randomly, you know, he comes up with that demon form where he's like all crazy, and the guy's like, I don't know what this guy's up to.
Yeah.
Thing, right?
Yeah, Akira is always kind of like, what is the Oswong? What is TJP as the Oswong? What, you know, is he with me? Is he against me? Is he dangerous? Yeah, I kind of like that aspect. It added a flair to the team.
And then, you know, they'll always have interesting rivalries, especially with the War Dogs, with those two, like, you know, hate each other.
Well, that segues perfectly into my number 4 team. Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney, the War Dogs. Yes, they are on the list. Because of that rivalry particularly, they had some really strong matches against Catch-22. I like their cohesiveness together in tag double team moves. They have some really cool double team moves. Drilla Maloney is quite the dude with the Drilla Killer. But these guys are ruthless, and they make for exciting matches. To me, you know, those two and Gabe Kidd, these guys are all above David Finlay, who's the leader of the Bullet Club War Dogs, which is just crazy to think that, like, these guys are getting over more than their leader is, and they're putting on better matches. But I got them at, number 4.
Yeah, I also have them on my list. I think like they're really cool at cheating, you know. It's like, they're like really outside, you know, they're clearing the crowd, they're like throwing people like, you know, 10 feet down the road and through chairs, you know. You might hit an old lady on the way kind of thing. They give no shits, you know.
They swear so fucking like, fuck you, fucking like that all the time.
Distracting the ref, you know, using a steel chair, and then they have cool tag team power moves, and I love that one guy, you know, you call it something else, but I call it the gorilla killer, you know, it's a smooth, so powerful, kill gorillas.
Well, it's the drilla killer, but I guess it can kill gorillas. Like, he is fucking gorilla.
Yeah, and that guy's a beast. I don't even know how he makes like that, the weight limit or whatever.
Yeah, it is interesting that he did cut down for the best of Super Juniors. He was slimmer though, because I've seen him recently, and Drilla's put on some that size again. So, yeah, I could see. Yeah, we both got him on the list. Makes sense. My number 3 is the Intergalactic Jet Setters. Man, they got some cool stuff between the two of them. I like that you got a fresh, new, young guy like Kevin Knight, and then you got an old school guy like Kushida, but they both complement each other really well. I think in many ways, you know, especially since like the one guy moves like Kushida, smooth like the speed of light, and then since, you know, Intergalactic Jet Setter, and then the other guy, he moves like he's in space, he floats, right? He's got this ability to just kind of float like he's gravity, you know, the gravity doesn't affect him. So the kind of names apply to, or their skill sets apply to their tag name.
Yeah, funny enough, I also have these guys on my list, like, and like some of the matches, like you see, it's just like holy crap, like. I saw one where like that Kushida, like they, you know, they hold him in like mid-air kind of thing. And you see like Kevin Knight, you know, he just jumps him like nothing, you know, like counters. I'm just like, holy shit, like what they said, like something in their shoes, the magic shoes.
It must be the shoes.
He goes flying across, and then just like make for exciting like matches, dynamics, and you know, cool tag team moves. And I love the guy. He's got like a funny hat on.
Kushida in his hat. He's in love with Marty McFly. Everything is a throwback to Back to the Future. Well, yeah, Kevin Knight, his ability certainly adds a dynamic that nobody else can have. So that really works with Kushida. I'm like, yeah, they can come up with some crafty things because he can almost float.
Yeah, they have a good dynamics going there.
My next one, you already mentioned them, Catch 2-2. The cohesiveness is very, very good. Again, two guys that are like over a decade apart in age, but still work together very well. Both smaller guys, quick paced, but they also can do a lot of different stuff in the ring. You mentioned the tag team combo moves and things like that. They just always know where each other is in the ring at times. It's just like bam, 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 bam. Like so them versus the Intergalactic Jet Setters, they had a bit of they had some matches against each other which were just so back and forth. So the match coming up, Wrestle Kingdom, that huge tag match is going to be wild. But I got Catch 2-2, TJP, Francisco Akira at number 2.
Okay, next I have House of Black. That Black Aura team that, you know, you never quite know what they're doing, you know. They have black mist in their mouth, they're gonna like spray your eyes, eat it,
I got shit in my mouth.
They had some good rivalries with like Bullet Club, you know, Patriarchy, you know, going head to head kind of thing. And they're always like dark and sinister, they're cool moves. I want to see more of them in the future, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wasn't unsure what you have them for the trios, but I wasn't unsure because there's all the mixing and stuff like that. Yeah. I was definitely thinking about having them on there. If just if there was more consistency, I guess, I felt would have been really good. My number 1, I got the Young Bucks. That was easy for me just because they had a very solid, consistent year throughout the year. They only kind of disappeared a bit here at the end. Like you mentioned, they faced Private Party, so they had that little bit of a rivalry there. What really catapulted them up for me was Sting's retirement match. Really awesome rivalry there, and things they did with Darby and Sting in that match. So that's how the Bucks went up to number 1. They can just work with anybody. So
yeah, I also have Young Bucks, and like you said, they can work with anybody. Like they added in like Okada. And they just they easily create like a triple team moves, like the ropes kind of things. Like their creativity is just like, you know, on another level where it's like, I'm not just gonna do the same 5 moves, you know. I'll add moves here, I'll change moves there, a new tag team moves here to just always make it things interesting, right?
Yeah, and they certainly, I think I also give them a bit of kudos for bringing Jack Perry in and giving him a whole new dynamic and working with him as well. So yeah, definitely the Young Bucks helping out people. Everyone should have went with their plan. They should have been squashed by the Outrunners. It would have been exciting. See,
hilarious.
they know how to give. Give it to the Outrunners. But that's our top 5 tag teams of 2024. Let us know what you think of our list, if it's all backwards, and who you like. Yeah, we definitely need to know who you guys like down in the comments. See how our perspectives vary. And until next time, folks, we'll be coming back with Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty very, very shortly by the time this video comes out. So until next time, how about some heavy wrestling?